So now we are on to the performance optimization section of this course. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the media cache. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe you've never heard of it. Either way, the media cache can have huge impacts on performance and stability and should always be one of the first things that you look into when you are having problems. If you don't already know what the media cache is, whenever you create a new project and import the footage, Premiere begins creating these small cache files that help the program run smoothly. The problem is, if you've never cleared the media cache before, you probably have hundreds, if not thousands of these cache files eating up your hard drive space when you may not even need those cache files anymore. On top of that, sometimes a cache file can become corrupt and start causing performance issues while editing. Before we dive into how to clean up the cache, let's first talk about the different types of files that Premiere generates for the media cache. There are 4 different files that the media cache creates: .mcdb, .ims, .cfa, and .pek. Let's start off with the .mcdb. There are thousands of these tiny files, and they are links to every single file that you have ever imported into Premiere Pro. They help prevent Premiere from creating redundant cache files when you import a file into multiple projects. .ims files are a cache file that helps Premiere not have to rescan media each time a project is opened. .cfa are audio conform files, and they are the biggest data eater in the media cache by far. Premiere creates these files for any compressed audio imported into Premiere, like .mp3 files. The .cfa file is an uncompressed version of that file for Premiere to reference faster while you are editing. .pek file are the audio waveforms that you see inside of Premiere. Now that you know what files the media cache is responsible for, this will help you understand what you are getting rid of when you clear the media cache. One of the greatest things you can do to improve Premiere stability is to regularly clear the media cache. Most people don't even realize the media cache exists, and this means months upon months of media cache file buildup. I've seen media caches that were well over 100 gigabyte. That's 100 gigabyte of space being eaten up for files that aren't even being used anymore. If you are ever having issues with Premiere, one of the first things you should do is clear the media cache. If you delete your cache files and reopen a project, Premiere will recreate those cache files for the media in that project. There is absolutely no harm in clearing your media cache. To clear your media cache, go up to Premiere Pro, Preferences, Media Cache, and once you get here, you will see that there is a button that says Delete Unused. Go ahead and click this to clear your media cache. How long it takes to clear this will depend on how large your media cache was. Now, one important thing to note, that button says Delete Unused. So what does Premiere consider not in use? Well, it will scan all of those database files, and if it can see the original file that it references, it will not delete any of those cache files. This means that whatever project you open to clear the cache files, it won't clear the cache files for that project because Premiere can see that the cache files for that project are still in use. Now, this might be a problem because those might be the exact cache files that are causing issues. To clear your media cache files manually, navigate back to that media cache panel and take a quick note of where your media cache is on your computer. Now navigate there and find the media cache folder. I've placed mine inside of a media cache folder on a separate hard drive for better performance, as well as making it easier to clean frequently. So I'm going to select this folder and delete it, and then empty my trash can. Now all of the cache files have been deleted and you can start fresh. All right, so I just wanna hop in here really quick because since making this tutorial, there's actually a new way you can delete all of your cache files without having to do it manually. I would still recommend doing it the way I just mentioned if things are completely haywire and you need to ensure that absolutely everything is gone, but this new way of doing it in Premiere Pro should cover everything. So when you're on the launch screen right here, you can come up to Premiere Pro, Preferences, and then Media Cache. And then you'll see this now says delete and not delete unused. As of Premiere 14.0, that is when this got added. So if you don't see this, it's probably because you aren't on Premiere 14. You can click delete and now you will see 2 options. You can delete unused media cache or you can delete all media cache from the system. So you can check this and then click OK, and this will delete all of the cache files from your system, just like what I showed you by doing it manually. So Adobe just made it slightly easier for you to be able to clear all of your cache files while you're inside of Premiere Pro. Also, just be aware that in order to clear all of your media cache files, I believe you have to do it from this launch screen. You can't do it while a current project is open because I don't believe it will delete those cache files because the project is in use. So to recap, the media cache creates lots of small helper files for Premiere to read your media faster. Clearing these media cache files does not delete your media inside of your projects. Clearing the media cache regularly allows for better performance as well as frees up hard drive space. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know.